Okay, I suppose in this episode you're going to try to give me help, right?
No, I don't want to help you.
Yeah, well, I don't want help anyway. Help for men who don't want help. It's Hunt for Wellness, episode number 87. Welcome to Hunt for Wellness. I'm John Hunt.
And I'm Christy Hunt.
And this is the show where we help you live your best life, mind, body, and spirit. And this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines that provide great water for your great wellness. Check them out at waterdistillers.com. Okay, I suppose in this episode you're going to try to give me help, right?
No, I don't want to help you.
Yeah, well, I don't want help anyway.
Right. Why don't men want help?
Well, I don't know. There's probably a bunch of reasons. You know, guys like to think that they can do it. It's like when you're driving in a car and you don't want to ask for directions or help because you think you can get it there yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think another reason is I think guys, it might be subliminal, don't want to owe someone else. If someone helps you, then you feel obligated
to help them,
right? You know, and I think quite often if you ask someone if they need help, quickly they're going to be asking you back, what can I do for you? You know, I think it's called the theory of reciprocity. You know, they feel like they owe the other person something because they were helped.
Yes.
Because guys are supposed to be self-sustaining and they can do it all.
They don't need help.
They don't need help.
But they do.
They do. And, you know, there are times, in fact, to some guys' demise, and not a good thing, we hold on to our problems too long.
Yeah.
And, you know, maybe when it comes to medical things or, you know like people who don't go into the doctor because I hate doctors. And well, if you would have gone in for that checkup, something may have happened, and you know now you're in this situation because you weren't proactive about it.
Yes.
Now I'm not saying that everyone should rush to the doctor right now, because I don't like going to doctors either, because I like the natural stuff, and I think that's another thing with guys.
Yes.
They're probably not as open to natural stuff. Maybe because they think there's no science behind it, or, you know, the doctor didn't tell me to do this. I mean, how many guys do we know that, you know, we've tried to help out. They don't want our help. Right. We, you know, show them some natural ways to do things, and they don't want it. They only want to do what the doctor says because that doctor got that degree, and, you know, there's a place for doctors.
Of course there are.
And
I'm a nurse practitioner.
That's right. Yeah, there's a place for you too.
Right.
And I am not. So, but I think, you know, if you can kind of just be open and listen, and I think sometimes with guys, I think like me, you know, the desire to do things more naturally versus using chemicals or toxins or, you know, medications that are made in a lab. I have more suspicion about those than natural things, because like natural things typically don't have side effects.
Correct.
And if you watch those ads on the TV for any kind of medical, you know, thing, it's like side effects include heart attack, brain attack, you know, death, sudden death, or you might die in a day or two.
Yeah,
you know what I
mean? I know. It's like
crazy.
really scary.
And you want to believe those people? I don't think so.
Well, I mean, there's a place for medication.
It is.
Definitely.
It is.
There is.
Definitely
We're not. We don't want to malign everything.
No.
All medication or
and I
all
think,
doctors,
you know,
or anything like that.
The natural stuff we talk about, the reason that I think the drug companies don't do it because they can't patent. You can't patent plants.
Right.
So I think we talked about that.
Essential oils cannot be patented. So they can't regulate them.
But there can be different kinds of essential oils that have different quality levels. And we've talked about that numerous times on a variety of our shows.
Right. And so that's why we believe in Young Living's essential oils, because they're strong, they're totally pure.
Yes.
They have the seed to seal promise that nobody else does.
Yep. And if you're a guy, guess what? There's stuff for you.
Yeah.
Because I'll tell you what, I use a whole boatload of products. So let's talk about some of those things that guys can use.
But I would just want to talk about a CDC report done in 2001 that women are 33% more likely than men to visit a doctor. But the gap narrows with age.
Yeah.
And the Men's Health Network reports that men die at higher rates than women from the top 10 causes of death, which are number one. Do you know what number one is?
Fear of public speaking.
Heart disease.
Heart disease, okay.
You know what number two is?
What?
Cancer.
Oh, yeah.
Number three is stroke, chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. That's like lungs, usually from smoking, not always, but typically. Then accidents, pneumonia, influenza, diabetes,
Okay.
But men die younger than women. We know that.
Yes, we do.
Like the older people, there's more women than men alive. And in 1920, women only outlived men by a year. And now they survive men by over 5 years.
It's because men don't want help.
They don't. Yeah, I know.
Guys, listen up. You might actually add a couple years to your life here.
So it's not that they don't have access to the doctor. I mean, men can go to the doctors too, but they don't want to.
Yeah.
Typically.
Yeah.
Typically they don't. Okay. Now, 2/3 of men say they avoid going to the doctor as long as possible.
Yeah.
And 37% say they withhold information from their doctor because they weren't ready to deal with the potential diagnosis if they knew the truth. Because they're scared of what it could be.
Right.
But if you tell them, most of the times it's not something terrible.
Right.
You know, we always catastrophize in our mind. And 72% men say they would rather be doing household chores like cleaning toilets instead of going to the doctor. So there you go.
Okay.
You can encourage your husband to go to the doctor.
That's
or clean the toilets.
I don't like either of those options. Is there option 3 there anywhere or so?
I know.
Okay.
So anyways, but we want men to be healthy too.
Yeah.
And there's great ways to be healthy.
Yeah. And this show really is about that. It's about what guys can do to be preventative, proactive.
Yeah.
You know, not reactive. We're not going to say, okay, here's how you cure a heart attack.
Right.
You know, we're not talking any kind of cure for anything, but we are talking about a way to prevent things and to have longevity and be
feel
proactive
good.
And feel good. Yeah. Who says you have to walk around with that pain in your butt?
Yeah. Or your knee.
Or your knee.
Yeah. Or your neck.
Yep.
But okay, Gary Young was the founder of Young Living. He's a man.
Yep. He was.
And he had a horrible accident. He had a tree fall on him, crushing his spine. And he was told he would never walk again. But because of his willpower and desire to heal, he got stronger, eventually leaning on herbs and natural medicines instead of drugs to manage the pain and heal his nerves and bones. And he did start walking again. There is a video, a 3-minute YouTube video that's called Know Your Roots. And that is kind of a real short story of Gary Young and kind of what he went through.
Yeah, we can link that in the show notes. If you go over to Hunt4Wellness.com, episode number 87, we'll link to that YouTube video. And maybe we actually put the video right there on the page. It might be easier to do that. So you will be able to access that that video with Gary Young.
Yeah.
Cool.
So things for men that help men. So they polled over 70,000 men in Young Living and asked them what they cared about most. Here's was their list in order: weight loss, losing muscle mass, headaches, baldness, libido for women, and pain. So we're going to talk about some of those things and other things too. But just like, what do you use in the bathroom to keep clean that's not toxic, doesn't have toxic chemicals in it? So, John, you're the man. What do you use?
Well, the first thing I just think about is, when I realized that regular deodorant had aluminum in it, and you were putting aluminum on when you use regular deodorant, and you're putting it right basically where there's
lymph nodes,
quick access basically to your body. So I love the Young Living deodorant.
Yeah.
It's awesome, and there's a couple different kinds. I like them all. They're really good and they work too.
Yes.
And
aluminum's been linked to Alzheimer's disease.
Oh gosh, all kinds of things.
So,
You don't want aluminum in your blood system.
No, you don't. You don't.
Right.
So change your deodorant.
Yes. Yeah. That's a simple one right there. And yeah, it's great. It's good stuff too. That's what I like about it. It works. I use it's called Shutron 3-in-1 body wash. So I use it actually as my shampoo, and I use it as soap.
Yes.
I don't know what the third thing is. Soap, hair, and
I don't know what it is either.
I use a lot of it. Let's just put it that way, because it's in the shower and it smells great, and so it's awesome. And so the other thing that is in the Shutron line, which is stuff that's kind of formulated for men, is the shaving cream, and it's great stuff. Okay, so because that's another thing in traditional shaving cream, there's chemicals and stuff that make it bubbly and foamy, and those are not good for you. Of course, you're putting them right in your face. And I love this Shutron shave cream. It's great. So
does it last a long time?
Yeah, because you don't need a ton. You'd be surprised. You put a little bit on, and it covers up, and boom, boom, boom. And I shave every day. Yeah. I'm not one of those like man guys that has kind of like the half shaven or what. I don't even know how they do that. It looks like it's not shaved, but it's still looks good. Yeah. Or a beard. Yeah, it's kind of like a beard without a beard. But anyway, I can't do that, so I don't do that. And then, what about supplements? Oh, gosh. I use a lot of supplements. But let's just do the top ones. Okay. Well, for men, I think every man who's over 50 should be using Prostate Health. It's it helps promote good prostate function. Yes. And that's an issue for men over 50. It's great. We've heard some great stories from people who've really improved their lifestyle by taking that. Like not going to not getting up a million times in the middle of the night and stuff like that. But so I just take one of those at night, one in the morning. Another one I do is CardioGize, which is just promotes circulation, heart health. It's good for you. Yeah, because the number one killer of men is heart attacks. Yeah. And 30% of the heart attacks, the first sign of heart disease is sudden death in 30% of the cases. Yeah, we don't like that. So people don't know that they have heart disease. It's not like, oh, let's just wait till I get heart disease and then I'll start taking care of my heart. Right. No, take care of your heart now. Yeah. And then I use another supplement called PowerGize, which is it really helps promote healthy muscles. And if you work out like I do, maybe 4 times a week and lifting weights and stuff, it helps to support building those muscles, guns up. And so I definitely use that. A daily supplement, if you're only going to do one thing and not go overboard like me where I'm doing 8 things, but is NingXia Red. Yes. And literally I take a shot every morning. It's the first thing I do. It just helps get me going. It's great for prepping for a workout, and it's got a zillion vitamins in it, and it's low glycemic. There's no sugar in it. It's high antioxidants, so it's good for fighting off those radicals that are free. Free radicals. We fight the radicals here. So, so that's I do use that. I use AminoWise, which is another one that helps for the workout recovery. It helps replenish your amino acids, so that helps with muscle growth. It also helps with energy. Oh, and then I have a whole selection of vitamins. I have the alphabet. I have B, C, and D. I take the, this is a great one. AgilEase, and actually AgilEase and SuperCal Plus are the ones that I take for muscle and joint discomfort. And what I mean by that is if you get up in the morning and you're a little cranky or achy or whatever, for me at least, can't promise this for everybody, I take these and I don't get up like that. Right. Those are ones that I take religiously. They're really, really good for just overall muscle and joint support, So, okay, are we done yet? No, we still have more. I'm sure there is. I use either the Idaho Blue Spruce or... These are now essential oils. Yeah. What are the essential oils that you love? Oh my gosh, I just love so many essential oils. Yeah, well, I don't even know if they're geared... Well, the tree oils, but so I like Northern Lights Black Spruce. I like the Idaho blue spruce, pine, all these.
Fir.
Yeah, the grand fir, Idaho grand fir. I use those like as cologne. Mm-hmm. That's the last thing. After I shave, I put a little of that oil on, and then I use the Genesis hand lotion. I just keep that. My skin is very soft. I've been kind of a lotion guy for my whole life. So our kids say, "How does you have such great skin?" It's like baby skin. That's because I've been babying it forever. Like I was doing that in high school. I was putting lotion on. Isn't that wild?
Yeah.
So you get into good habits like that, and all the Genesis hand lotion, no chemicals. Non-toxic, so it's good for you. Let's see what else.
Okay, so like
is that enough, or would you like more?
A little bit. So the medicine cabinet.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about if you've got like a cold, that Thieves Chest Rub.
Yeah, or
really
just having the Thieves oil in general. You can, if you get the Vitality Thieves, you can gargle it. You can put it on the bottom of your feet. You can. I mean, Thieves could be like a whole company.
Use the cough drops.
Yeah, I mean, Thieves is everything that has Thieves in it is great.
Right. Exactly.
So the like the go-tos for what would be our medicine cabinet, even though they're not medicine, we'd have Thieves in there. We have lavender, which is really balancing. We have peace and calming, which helps mellow you out at night, which I need. Then we have things like the cool Azul, which comes in an oil, but I like the cream. That's pain cream. So like if you really got pain somewhere, like you worked out and you pushed it a little too hard, topical right on there. It's phenomenal.
The CBD Muscle Rub is really
Muscle
good
Rub
too.
is another one.
You could use either one of those.
They're both good. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
And for if you are into health and like especially like if men like this weight loss, like you say, Pure Protein Complete. Or Balance Complete, which is that's a meal replacement, but the Pure Protein, they both have lots of protein in them.
Yes.
And if you're working out and you want to have a high protein diet, it will help you build muscle, which will help you lose fat and lose weight.
Mm-hmm. And they have the Slique Line.
Yes, the whole Slique Line just for focused weight loss.
Yes. SLIQUE is the Slique Line, and he designed it for a man, actually, to lose weight. Obviously, men and women, and all these products typically can be used by men and women. The Shootron is designed for men. Yeah. Then there are certain products that are designed for women. Progestins Plus is one of them, and
I don't use that one.
Lady Sclerol, obviously in the name and stuff. But I remember one time you would not switch over the toothpaste.
No.
You were stuck on your toothpaste. I'm like, John, I think you should try this other toothpaste.
And I thought the other toothpaste was good because it was baking soda toothpaste. So I thought it was all natural.
Yeah.
Not right.
And so what made you finally change?
Well, I think we ran out and then I tried it and then I really liked it.
No, I think you learned about it too.
Yes, of course. Yeah, I learned about the chemicals.
That there were chemicals
in my all-natural baking soda toothpaste. Yes.
Right. Yes. And so finally you switched over.
Yes. That's crazy.
I know. It is funny, isn't it?
Well, guys, that's another thing. In addition to not wanting help, guys don't want to change.
Yeah.
They hate changing their routines. And so, guys, you're going to have to change your routine.
And you are generalizing because it's not everybody.
Well, I know, but I think it is, we do a lot of classes. In fact, if you go over to Hunt4Wellness.com, or actually better, go over to your brand partner site, which is EssentialOils411.com, you can see the classes. Some are on Zoom, some are live here in the Minneapolis-St. Paul area. But, get educated.
Yes.
That's really, and that's kind of why we do this podcast too. I'm going through talking about a lot of the, the products that I use, and that's a great testimonial. But if you go back into some of our other podcasts, we get kind of deep into the science behind some of these different things. We did 3 episodes on Thieves recently, and all the products that use Thieves. So there's a lot of information over at Hunt4Wellness.com. This is episode 87, so we've got a lot of podcasts. But if you're not sure where to start, click that blue connect button over at Hunt4Wellness. We can do a quick call with you. We can, email, tell you, hey, check out this, and this program, and kind of get you the information you need, real quick.
Yes. And when you're ready, please use our member number.
Yeah.
120-9527 to
Yes.
when you place an order.
Yep.
That just we get a little commission on that, and that helps us.
Yeah.
pay
And the
bills.
products that we have are all that we mentioned here are all available over at the Hunt4Wellness.com podcast episode page, number 87. There's links there. They should have our number in them. But again, use the number if for some reason you go on direct and don't go through our other site. That would be great. It'll ask you who referred you, Christy
Yes.
Hunt.
Yes.
But there's other Christy Hunts in Young Living, so you got to make sure you get the right one. And again, you might just want to connect with us before you buy anything, just because we can point you in the right direction.
Right. There's so many options,
Yeah.
and so we can help you find exactly what you're looking for,
Right.
and with the best deal.
Right. And especially if you're a man, and especially if you don't want any help. Of course, if you've watched or listened this far into the program, you might be a little open for that.
Yeah.
And, again, they're just suggestions, but
Yeah.
we've got a lot of testimonials from people who've really thought there was no answer. And
Yes.
then they found a natural, non-toxic answer. Can you believe
Yeah.
that? They tried every medicine they could try, not getting help. When they go the natural route, all of a sudden things start to work out.
Yeah. There's always an answer. If you're not finding your
Yeah.
answer, look somewhere else.
Yeah.
There is an answer for you.
Yeah, great.
Have hope.
Yes. Well, this episode of Hunt for Wellness is brought to you by waterdistillers.com. Great machines that provide great water for your great wellness. Check it out at waterdistillers.com. And I think we made it through that whole episode. You didn't help me one bit. I'm still the manly man that I was when we first started. But actually, no, all kidding aside, don't call it help. Call it suggestions. But do some research on your own. Find the answers. You'll be glad you did.
Yes.
And then come back for our next episode of Hunt for Wellness.